Welcome back, coders, to a brand new discussion video. Today we have just me and Adam,
Hi.
um, and we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. But go ahead and say what's up, Adam.
What's up?
Okay, so just to let everyone know, we've actually been discussing a little bit of a rebrand in terms of the name of the show. So I think we're going to call it the Code Word from now on. And with that comes each episode will have its own special code word. If you talk about it in the comments, we'll make sure to come up with some interesting ways to interact with you guys. That
If you say the
this,
code word, do we all shout like
yes.
in Pee Wee's Playhouse?
See, that would be great. We should do something with live interaction so that if
Yeah.
people say the code word during the comments, like we'll just like lose
We
our
just
fucking
panic.
minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. But this week's code word is FPM, and that is something I made up the other day. It means fucks per minute. It's how I judge how good Dylan is doing in Call of Duty.
That's
So
how porn stars are paid.
we're off to a wonderful start. So, if you guys want to interact with us, fucks per minute is a really good way to start off that conversation, if you know what I mean. Anyway, in this week's episode, we're going to talk about a couple different subjects, but the two latest pieces of news really came out of Nintendo this week. There was also some Destiny news, but I don't think you covered that too much this week. But so we'll touch on it a little bit, but we'll focus on the two main ones, which is ARMS and Splatoon 2. You care which one we get started with?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, well then let's do Splatoon 2 just because I mean honestly it was just a quick trailer. That came at the end of a Nintendo Direct that was focused on ARMS. Yeah, so like what was it that you saw in that trailer that kind of excited you? Did you see anything that kind of like stuck out?
Um, I like the effect that the single player A is there and B seems to just be an updated version of the last one, which I technically didn't finish, but I was having fun with.
Piece of shit.
I'm most excited for, and I've seen you put things on the screen, so maybe you can throw it up there. Is the
Oh.
poster from the end
Yeah, let me see if I can go ahead and do that.
where we discussed while he's pulling it up. Basically, it shows like a I don't know, like a flare poster at the end of the trailer, and at the top in a silhouette is just kind of this gloomy figure with big glasses, and it's definitely Callie. Just straight up, it's Callie. I don't know if she's been brainwashed or what, but that's kind of exciting to see where that goes, because the whole story leading up to all this was that there it is. So that's 100% Callie wearing glasses.
Yep, right there. You got her right here. That is Callie right there, which is fucking crazy.
If anyone wasn't keeping track, the last story, she disappears. Marie calls, and they're like, "Yeah, she left work like a little bit ago, and she never came home." So,
dude,
it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what that ends up being.
Well, you got it up. Check out his gun.
Which one? Oh, Callie's?
No, the Inkling.
Oh shit!
Like, look at that. I don't know if that's a single player only gun, but that's like an assault rifle.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's so much more in this game than I think that people are giving it credit for. Just because like every single like little tiny announcement comes like rife with like tons of details. Yeah. Like there's so much in this picture that like.
And then I don't know if you saw it. Right above Marie's head is the guy that sold you weapons in the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
God, what is his name? He's like a. It's like a.
And then can you zoom in at all?
I was trying to.
Can we talk about how much of a babe the little octoling is on top of the tower, like right under Callie's face?
The little octoling.
Right
this one.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, cutie. I saw her in the trailer, and I was like, "Ooh,
I don't know if
I love that design."
I don't think I can get any closer than that. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, you can look it up.
Yeah. No, I mean, to be honest, like all the things in this poster are making me excited. The Gatling gun fucking riding octolings, or not octolings, but like.
Well, and that's the thing is they've got the formula down.
Yeah.
That's what Splatoon 1 was the formula. So now they're free to like flesh out a story. Like single player in the first one didn't have a story. I don't, or if it did, I don't remember it. But
I
this
mean,
one seems to be like fully narrative. Like
yeah, no, it has a story, but like it was. I mean, the story was lore. It
it
wasn't
was,
story. You're
yeah,
right.
it was
Like,
loose. Like there's octolings and they're the bad version of us. Like go,
yeah, exactly. But there was like actually quite a lot of backstory, like about like how long the wars have been going on, like what started them, like what, like it was told through those like scrolls
yeah,
that you
yeah,
can collect in each level, and like if you got all of them, there is a pretty cohesive story you can follow. But like it was almost like it's closer to like kind of how uh Overwatch delivers story, where it was
yeah.
like there's some
And
background on a character, there's a little bit of like tension between these people, and you learn more. But Callie and Marie, like those little backstory bits, are getting really really interesting.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping to see a little bit more fleshed out story in.
Well, it's interesting to see them take what was the last Squid Fest, which
Mhm.
was Callie versus Marie, and it looks like there was fallout from that. I think that's what I'm getting from a lot of the
Yeah.
diary episodes or whatever you want to call them. I forget what they're
Mhm.
called, but it
Yeah.
looks like there's some like a little bit of jealousy and like they weren't on good terms for a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost like a band breakup that went really
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, but it's carrying over to the next game, you know? Like that's super interesting thing to do, especially for a game like this, which is mostly just a multiplayer online
100%.
shooter, mostly.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the lore is like one of the things that I feel like a lot of games are starting to do once they saw, Splatoon, Overwatch. I mean, even Dark Souls, with the way it delivers story and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like so many games were so focused on like we have to tell a narrative story, and
yeah,
so few were thinking, well, let's just let that story define itself and how people discover just
yeah.
little bits of information and stuff
And
like
not
that.
not to say they all need to be like that too.
Yeah.
There are places for Uncharted games. Like some people like a
Oh,
story that's has a beginning and has an end, and there's no figuring stuff out.
yeah,
But
like
at
the
the same
like The
time,
Last of Us.
yeah,
That game needs
like
to exist.
it's a cohesive story. But at the same time, like it's nice having these games where like you don't need to know the story to play
Mhm.
the game,
You can still
but
have a
it's
fucking
nice to
blast with
have it.
Splatoon. Yeah. I gotta say, I don't know about what your feelings were like and I never got to address this when it was first announced, but when Splatoon 2 was announced, I was a little disappointed that they didn't call it Splatoon.
Yeah,
Like,
no, we talked about this.
ah, okay, I don't remember if I talked. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
no, I don't know if we
I'm
mentioned it
still
here, but
I'm looking at the artwork and it still says Splatoon 2, and they did a clever thing where it's an
it's
Octolings,
Octoling
like,
Arm, yeah.
yeah, which is cool, but like, come on, you missed an opportunity or
Yeah,
just
I think
anything.
it would have been
The
two on the
sequel,
nose because if
the
they named it
sequel.
Splatoon, like everyone would have been like, "Oh, that's stupid!" Like, of course they named it Splatoon.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it definitely wouldn't have as I don't know as like many people who wouldn't give it shit. I guess that's the point.
Yeah.
But I'm so hyped for this game, and I will say this that the single player like footage that we got showed a lot of riding gameplay, like something that like some moves that we'd never seen, some
Hmm.
some objects that never got rolled. There's like this section where your character goes up to this weird like roll mat that like
Yeah, and
rolls
you're
out and
pushing it
smashes
along.
everything,
Hmm.
like bowling ball characters. Like you can even see one in the poster if you check it out too. I mean, there's so many little ideas that they've put into. I didn't even notice the assault rifle that
Which
you
goes back to
shot.
what I was saying, which is they got the mechanics down, and now they're free to experiment a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting how like I
Like
feel like sequels in games sometimes
after
get it
seeing
wrong.
that bit where you're pushing along the thing, like
Mhm.
I would love for something like that to show up in the multiplayer.
Yeah, that was actually something that I had a
That's
complaint about the first
that's
one.
just like a an environmental, just like it's a piece.
Like
Anybody could use it.
remember those like ink zip lines that you would activate in single player?
Yeah, yeah,
And you know how they never made it into multiplayer? I always thought that
yeah.
was like a perfect
No,
fucking
that'd
concept.
be cool. Like little short ones to cross gaps and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a place where snipers could really like thrive sometimes, like,
Yeah,
but they
I
would
don't know.
also be kind of
We might
vulnerable
see
in that.
that.
Yeah, because one of the things that you could do with that is if you switched it colors, it would actually kill you. So it would
Then
be
how
like
would you switch it back? Did you have to spray it down?
you just spray the like the node that you have to
That'd be
spray.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so like if somebody could sneak up behind you and like yeah, they knew you were in the
And
fucking
then
lava.
and then if you
So it's
sprayed
clever.
one while someone was on it,
Exactly.
just fuck them.
So just fuck them over and they wouldn't even know what was going on. But it's a good
Yeah,
way to
yeah,
balance itself without making it OP.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean Splatoon. I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to come out, and it comes out just before or just as E3 is going on. So
Yeah.
You're gonna see me online a lot. Be sure to challenge me, and hopefully, I still have my Splatoon legs. It's
Yeah,
been a while since I
we'll
played
see.
it. I know that you'll be on with me, so hopefully we can pull together a couple more people to get an actual 4-man team or something like that. Anything else that you saw in the trailer that stuck out? I'm trying to think.
Not until we see more. I mean, they're kind of leaking this information out real slow.
I got one more thing.
Hmm.
Did you see the fucking guy on the little bike? Big fat guy?
Mm-mm.
Oh
Boss?
my god, I gotta find him. I don't even know. Oh my god, go watch the trailer again.
Yeah.
There's this dude, and he has some sort of, I think he has an instrument in his hands, and he's a giant fat like octoling that is riding a fucking
I
mini
think I know what you're talking
unicycle.
about. It looked like a boss.
Yeah, it's like a boss. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just like, I need to fight this guy. Like,
Uh-huh.
I love their boss designs. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
If you have played the first one, the final boss is one of the best boss fights I've played in recent memory. So, like, and I know you haven't gotten there, so
I've seen it.
so good, man, so good. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on to ARMS, which is Nintendo's new first party, brand new IP, like fighting game, which is interesting. It's I mean, you guys have heard us talk about it a little bit. Like basically, it's like Punch Out with super extendo arms. I guess it's like the most basic way I can
Yeah,
describe it.
that's how it introduces the game. It's like, so there's something. They have arms that are springs and they can extend, and then it's like, okay, I'll roll with it.
So did you catch? You saw the direct, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so well, I guess yeah, well, that makes sense. So in the beginning of the direct, there's this great part where they start going into the lore of where the arms come
Y
from,
arms, yeah.
and they basically say like, "Where did these guys come from? We don't actually know. This is a fucking random thing that happens
But
to people."
it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
We
And I
just
was
want to
like,
watch them fight.
yeah, like, who cares where the arms came from? That's great.
Yeah.
And like there were what 3 new characters unveiled.
There are 3. We'll save the best for last, but there was let's see.
So
There's
Min Min was before this.
Min Min was on the last direct.
Yeah,
They announced the skate bro, I'll call him.
Skate Bro. Oh god.
Skate bro.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. I can't remember the names off my
yes.
head. Make sure this doesn't. No.
Of course, that's not going to give me names.
It's not that easy. Oh man, we're gonna find this anyway. Like he was like a snake character. Like,
Yeah,
that's
well, I can think it was like the training on the skating rink or something, and his level seems to be like they ride these
okay, I got it.
disc. Okay, what is his name?
His. Okay, ironically, he's the only one that's not listed on this. This is fucking bullshit.
Wonderful. We'll just call him Skater Bro.
Skater Bro. Yeah, for
Skater
now
Bro.
we're gonna call him Skater Bro. That's our guy.
He seems cool. He's just he reminds me vaguely kind of his design of the ninja guy, but like
Yeah.
if the ninja guy was all like super safe and padded.
There was this cool image I saw. It was like the some of the bull shots that Nintendo released while they were releasing all the footage and stuff like that. And it kind of had him in this cool pose where if you just like kind of quick glance at it, he looks like a cobra, which is cool. Like he was kind of like dancing in a weird way that like made it look cool. He looks interesting. Again, I don't see anything like super unique about him. He's the only character that doesn't differentiate himself for me.
And then we have I correct me if I'm wrong because I'm probably wrong, but is it Bark and Bite?
Bite and Bark, but yeah,
Bite and Bark, who is a robot with a robot dog,
and that is the fucking best.
And I don't know, like I saw that, I'm like, that's cool, and then I thought about it, I'm like, how are they gonna balance that?
I was thinking of the same thing.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen, you control the main robot. And then you've got the dog robot who independently on his own accord will shoot out attacks, which is all fine and dandy. But like, how do you fight that?
Yeah, man. Like
I'm already worried about it.
The fact that like another punch could come out of left field.
Out of nowhere,
like, now you're balancing against it's like feels like you're being too
like I wonder how strong the punch is, maybe. Maybe it's just more of a diversion than anything.
Or maybe he's a little less mobile or there's there's gotta be something that's like holding him back. Like I think that they haven't gone enough into quite enough detail, but like at the same time, I'm kind of excited to find out myself. Let's just say this: Nintendo doesn't generally release completely unbalanced games.
No, they've figured something out, whatever it is.
Yeah, like when Splatoon first came out, everyone's like, rollers are so OP'd. And I was like, if in a fucking week, I figured out how to kill every roller in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
Like, so I never really felt like, I feel like anybody who cries wolf on that, like early on, will probably just be wrong because they don't know how to play.
yeah.
But we'll have to see. He is the one that kind of like feels like he has an obvious advantage.
He's the most different. I mean, like
Yeah.
other than like the weight class of the fist, I mean, he's physically different. He's two characters.
Yeah, and his super like I gotta say, like when he does his special attack
Oh,
and
and he
goes like
combines
up,
Gurren Lagann style. Yeah, yeah.
he's the cutest fucking character. I don't know what it is. Like I'm just done. Like I'm ready. That's my guy. I think I'm gonna play like exclusively as him,
Yeah.
especially VZOP.
Well, I know who my main is.
Oh well, what? Let's wait a little bit longer. There's a couple more.
No,
Oh
it's the
no,
next
that's
one.
it.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
No, yeah, you're onto her. Go.
So, the third character is Twin. Is it Twintel?
Yep.
Twintel,
Intel.
who has blown up the internet. She's a great design.
Dude, she's fantastic.
She's just all over. She's just
Bootylicious.
again for anyone that has she's bootylicious. That was the first thing I noticed too was just hips. But she's really
They don't
cool
lie.
because I don't know what her backstory is. I don't remember. But instead of her arms being arms, it's her hair. She's got these two giant
Yeah.
pigtails that are her arms, and it's so cool. She's just so cool.
So
Like
I happen to know a little bit about her backstory. Like I remember them talking about it, but basically she's like a former movie star, and she was known for her like luscious locks. Like that was the like that's the backstory, and she has these like super curly locks that go all the way down to her well past her ass. So, but she's fucking awesome looking, and
She's cool.
the really cool power that she has that other people don't is that when she dodges at the right time, kind of like Bayonetta, she almost does like witch time mechanic. It doesn't slow the whole arena down, but it slows that person, like it freezes their attacks
I
for a
didn't
split
see
second.
that. I must have missed
Yeah,
that. I was too
it's
busy
it's real
getting
quick,
distracted.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you're distracted.
Well, it's funny you say that too because I saw something about like people were comparing her to Bayonetta, and I'm like,
Mhm.
why? I was
It's
really
the hair,
confused. Oh, I guess the hair too.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the kind of like the slowdown mechanic. Like
Huh.
she really does feel like she was almost like inspired by Bayonetta, but like with some really unique character designs. Like
Yeah, I'll have to go back and check for that.
yeah, watch it in super slow motion for you,
Yeah,
buddy.
so I'll watch it half speed.
And then obviously we have all the ones that have been announced: Master Mummy, Ninjara, Spring Man, which is like the main cover guy, Ribbon
Ribbon
Girl,
Girl.
Helix, who seems really fucking fun.
Which one's Helix?
Helix is like the DNA looking dude. He's like the
Oh, yeah,
weird
yeah, yeah.
jelly guy, and he
Jelly
can
guy.
like pop up and down and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wiggle and weird stuff. And then Min Min, who
Min Min.
oh she's great. I love her little dragon arm. That's
Mhm.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the
Great
thing that
designs.
yeah, for sure. Like the characters are super strong. They're so not Nintendo.
Hmm.
Like they don't feel like Nintendo characters.
Well,
Which is,
that's how I felt about Splatoon.
yeah, but it's like
It was just
fresh
it's so
blood.
Nintendo, but it's not Nintendo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bizarre balance.
I've been kind of excited about what's been coming out of Nintendo lately for the first party front, just because
Yeah.
it's so fresh and so new that like I think that they've really taken to heart that they need some younger talent in there, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, but arms looks good. I'm waiting for there's a global, what are they calling it? Test punch.
Test punch.
Test punch, and that's next weekend and the weekend after.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's details as to who's playable in what stages or what modes. Oh, can we talk about the modes?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let me
That
pull.
volleyball mode,
Yes.
the basketball mode.
Oh my gosh.
That one looked cool. There's a basketball mode where the goal is to grab the other person and just slam dunk them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so like someone was saying, and I agreed. It's like it's so something you wouldn't expect from a game like this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, like there's like a target practice mode, but the interesting thing about that is like you're playing one-on-one against somebody. And so not only are you trying to hit a bunch of targets and the thing, but you can actually knock the other opponent off balance to stop them from getting to it. So there's like I don't know, it just feels like an interesting twist on a lot of classic modes. Like the basketball mode kind of feels like Rocket League in the way that it took things and flipped it on its head. So yeah, no, and then the there's seems like a pretty robust online. Like I know that the one thing you wanted to hear about was the online
Yeah.
features, and we haven't heard that quite yet.
I just
But
and they can announce it whenever. It's not like it's game specific. I just want to hear already.
I know, I'm feeling the same way. But I will say this, it did look like it was feature complete when it comes to online matchmaking and things like that. The only thing that we don't know anything about is voice chat again, and
Yeah.
that makes me a little concerned again. So I'm hoping that we hear something, at E3, maybe before. It'd be great if like a couple days before they get all the fucking bullshit out of the way so that they don't detract from the hype should it be bad news. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Um yeah, and like dude, it just seems way deeper than I expected.
Yeah. Again, it goes back to it for a Nintendo game. Yeah. Like
And the
Splatoon has some strategy, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was deep. Once you get into it, you pretty much got it. But this looks like with all the combinations of the characters and the fists and the power ups
Mhm.
to the fists, it's
And I gotta
gonna
say, this is my last like point that like gets me excited. And honestly, like I was not crazy excited about this game going into the direct. Like I was concerned. Like I thought that there were some glaring missing things that they had not talked about, and they answered all those. But the biggest thing was I'm reading previews, and all of the previews say that the motion controls are actually better than
better.
the physical. Yeah, like what? Like that
Yeah.
was not expected of
Well,
me.
that's what I said the other time. Where they're like you can play without motion controls, but it seems like the majority of the time the person using motion's got the advantage,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean, if people don't want to play with motion, then that's on them, I guess.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be playing this game. I think I'm probably gonna pick it up day one. We'll have to see what happens, but I'd like to bring some content to the channel, and hopefully I can get good at this game because I
Yeah.
wonder if I am. This will be a challenge. Um, I mean that's all the main news that they kind of announced. They are the last thing I guess would be the free DLC. They announced that everything will be like Splatoon, where there'll be new
Yeah.
maps, new characters, but they're starting with 10 characters. Seems like probably a stage for each character. And there was even some teases of some like boss characters that we heard about and stuff like that. So I
Yeah, yeah,
expect,
they showed the one guy, but it was like from behind.
yeah, dude, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping he's like playable that they just haven't told
Once you
us.
unlock him, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be really
that'd be
cool.
great.
Um, that's all I have for it. But like, I'm high. I'm ready. I'm like high on it. I'm super ready for it to come out.
You're high.
I'm
I'm
super.
high.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What about you? You got any other final thoughts on this?
I'm ready for the test. I want to try it. That's the big thing. Is it looks cool, it seems cool, but I'd love to get my hands on it.
Oh yeah, and if you guys need to know those dates and times, we posted it to our Facebook page. So just go on to facebook.com and follow us on Gamecode. Yeah, but we're going to be continuing to cover this kind of information and bringing you kind of our impressions of what's going on. I'll let you know if I like it once it comes out for sure. Like I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to try to be as subjective as possible, even though I'm kind of a Nintendo fanboy. But you'll see what's going on. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's it for this week. We're not going to dive into Destiny too much, just because I don't think that we have enough experience in that
Yeah,
game yet.
neither one of
I
us.
want
Yeah.
to I want to talk with Dylan a little bit about that. So we'll have him back on next week, and he'll be ready to go with some Destiny conversation, maybe even earlier. So just stay tuned to the channel, everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Code Word as it's been rebranded. And like, subscribe, comment below. And do you have any social media or YouTube channels to shout out before we go?
Just mine, even though I haven't uploaded in a year.
Adam plays some stuff.
Adam
I
plays some
remember.
stuff.
I
Check it out.
remember.
I've got Dark Souls. It's a pretty good run, though.
It is a pretty good run. I've watched at least 80% of it. I need to finish
Finish it, man.
it. It's time. Yeah, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. And we'll probably be playing Minecraft, me and you on Switch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, for all of us over here at Game Code, stay classy, coders.
Bye.